Sam Bankman-Fried, who is still not in prison for some reason, with another strange cryptic tweet we're going to talk about on today's episode. And also, President Zelenskyy, the president of Ukraine, has now called for peace talks with Russia. Coincidentally, right after the FTX collapse happened. Guys, we're going to get into it because, and you definitely want to stay to the end of this episode because, guys, I got all the stories the mainstream media is not talking about. So let's go ahead. Let's get straight into it, y'all. Let's head over to Twitter, where Sam Bankman-Fried, who's still not in jail for some reason, tweeted this. He tweeted what happened in this strange cryptic tweet and says, not legal advice, not financial advice. This is as I remember it, but my memory might be faulty in parts. I'll get to what happened, but for now, let's talk about where we are today. Yeah, let's talk about where we are today. So Sam Bankman-Fried, who's still not in jail, and we're getting reports that he's actually in his mansion in the Bahamas playing video games. You should be outraged, guys. You should be outraged. So let's go check out this post-millennial article. Ukraine partnered with top Dem donors, crypto company FTX, as Biden administration funded war efforts. Ukraine partnered with FTX as the Biden administration funneled funds to the invaded nation. Then FTX made massive donations to the Democrats in the U.S. Guys, this is a bold claim. You know, and there's a lot of truth to this, and there's a lot of stuff that we can't prove. Now, we do know that Sam Bankman-Fried was the second largest donor to the Biden campaign, and Sam Bankman-Fried was one of the largest donors to the Democrat midterm elections, but we cannot directly correlate, was that money user funds? Was the aid money then converted back to the Democrats? Now, that's what we can't prove, but let's go check this out, guys. Let's head over to this website, Aid for Ukraine, and you guys feel free to fact check this. And it says this: donate crypto to Ukraine to fight people in their fight for freedom. So what's important about this website, guys, where you can donate Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Polkadot, Cardano in order to support the citizens of Ukraine. Now, this guy, Alex, I can't say his last name, but he's the Deputy Minister of Digital Transformation of Ukraine. This is what he said. Today, crypto is playing a significant role in Ukraine's defense. Huge thanks to the crypto community for the unprecedented support of Ukraine and its defense of the principles of democracy and freedom in the face of the war raged by the Russian Federation. This is why that's important, guys, because this website's still online, aidforukraine.io. You guys can go see it for yourself. Check out this Yahoo News article, guys. Ukraine officials refute FTX Ukraine money laundering rumors. Well, that's interesting because Alex, the same guy, he said this in the article. Alex, the Deputy Minister of Digital Transformation of Ukraine, took to Twitter Monday night to officially deny a conspiracy theory around the country's crypto fundraising efforts. A fundraising crypto foundation, Aid for Ukraine, used FTX official to convert crypto donations into fiat in March. Ukraine's government never invested any funds into FTX. The whole narrative that Ukraine allegedly invested in FTX, who donated money to Democrats, is nonsense, frankly, Alex tweeted, ending with a facepalm emoji. So here's where that gets interesting, guys, because as of today, this story just broke, 11 hours ago. Ukraine Zelenskyy calls for restoration of peace in G20 summit. Guys, you know, on this channel, we've been pro-peace. We've called for peace talks with Ukraine and Russia the entire time. We don't want World War III. We're anti-war on this channel. We support the citizens of Ukraine on this channel. And now, coincidentally, as the FTX collapse happens and everything's being exposed, now President Zelenskyy is now calling for peace talks with Russia, which is interesting because Vladimir Putin's been calling for peace talks this entire time, and our mainstream media was completely silent. Now, I know what you're thinking, like, Kevin, can you prove that? Well, yeah, actually I can. Check this out. And this is from Politico, guys. Be sure to fact check this yourself. Zelenskyy, there will never be peace talks with Putin. Zelenskyy, there will never be peace talks with Putin. This was posted September 28th. So it wasn't that long ago. He said there will never be peace talks with Putin. And now, directly after the collapse of FTX, Ukraine Zelenskyy calls for restoration of peace in a G20 speech. So let's go read this article, guys. There will be no peace talks between Ukraine and Russia as long as Vladimir Putin remains the Russian leader, Ukraine's President Zelenskyy said Tuesday night. This is clear and obvious, Zelenskyy added in his nightly address to the nation after sham referendums were held in Ukraine's regions in a bid by Putin to annex more Ukraine territory. So Zelenskyy, who's called for preemptive strikes on Russia and said there would never be peace talks as Vladimir Putin was the president, as Putin was still the president of Russia, now is calling for peace talks a day after the collapse of FTX. I'm sure it's just a coincidence, guys. I can't prove anything. I'm sure that's just a coincidence. Let me know in the comments if you think that's just a coincidence, or is it perhaps that their slush fund and money laundering fund got exposed, and now, guys, it's disgusting. It's disgusting that essentially it looks to me like they were stealing funds from money that should have been aiding the citizens of Ukraine. And that's disgusting, guys. And you, frankly, no matter what side of the political spectrum you're on, guys, you should be disgusted by that. And again, guys, if this isn't true, then let's just audit it. Let's have a forensic open audit where we can see where the money went, and then we can make our own decisions, because we know the money in FTX is gone. And we know that Sam Bankman-Fried donated a ton of money to Democratic candidates. So let's just have an investigation. Let's get to the bottom of it, guys. No more conspiracies. Let's get to the bottom of it. So check this out, guys. Fox Business article. SEC Chairman Gary Gensler met with head of FTX months before collapse. Despite the scrutiny of crypto by Gensler, the SEC missed on FTX. So again, guys, let's understand who Gary Gensler is. He's the head of the SEC. He taught blockchain and crypto at MIT. Gary knows a lot about crypto and blockchain. Gary Gensler and the SEC have gone after, whether it's XRP, they've gone after Kim Kardashian for promoting crypto projects. So the SEC has definitely had it out for crypto. That is undoubted. They've wanted to regulate a lot of cryptos, calling them securities. And so it's no secret that the SEC had a very cozy relationship with FTX, which is why a lot of big names were all partnered with FTX, because of the connections that Sam Bankman-Fried had with the regulators. So FTX seemed to be, even Kevin O'Leary said, like, hey, I feel safest with my money on FTX because they're green lighted by the regulators. Well, so if we know Gary Gensler had a cozy relationship with him, where's Gary Gensler right now? Why is he not speaking? Why does every mainstream media news station not have a microphone in front of him right now asking him, how did this happen? How did his department, which is supposed to be protecting retail, which is supposed to be protecting the retail traders and investors, how did they let this happen? This guys, this is the biggest financial scandal in the history of the country, guys. I know it's complicated, and we're going to keep covering it. Appreciate you guys for staying with me on this channel. Appreciate if you made this far in the video. Let's go to this New York Post article, guys. How the World Economic Forum and others are hiding their past ties with FTX. So, very interesting, guys. Web archives show that the World Economic Forum, whose glitzy shindig in Davos, Switzerland, is a must-attend for billionaires and world leaders each year, and it previously listed FTX as one of their partners, touting the Bahama-based firm as cryptocurrency exchange built by traders for traders. So FTX was partnered with the World actually I opened a Word article, sorry. FTX was partnered with the World Economic Forum, and again, guys, they've deleting all the traces. Why are they deleting it? If they did nothing wrong, why would they be deleting it? Where is the World Economic Forum? Why aren't they speaking out against FTX? Why aren't they, coming out and talking about, we just want transparency? Where's journalism? Where are our independent journalists asking the questions on why this organization was partnered with FTX and what was the extent of the partnership? That's all we want to know. Charles Payne, who's a great follow on Twitter, guys, he tweeted this. Serious question. Should politicians include President Biden return money to the public? Your thoughts? Absolutely, guys. If the FTX money disappeared and it went into Democrat campaigns, it would make sense that the Fed should retrieve this money, any of the money that they can retrieve, and give it back to retail. That's only the right thing to do, guys. And, if you're a Democrat and you support any of these politicians, guys, do the right thing. Do the right thing. Reach out to your elected officials and tell them, hey, give the money back to retail. That's all we want. Check this out, guys. The Bahamas Supreme Court approves liquidators for FTX assets. Authorities in Bahamas, where Sam Bankman-Fried FTX was headquarters, are investigating the exchange's dramatic collapse for criminal misconduct and breach of securities laws. So I guess what's going to happen, guys, is they're going to start liquidating their assets, the mansions, any of the crypto that they still had on exchange, and give it back, hopefully, to the retail. We'll follow this, guys. this is a New York Times article, which was frankly just a terrible written article. How Sam Bankman-Fried's crypto empire collapsed. Like, Mr. Bankman-Fried said in an interview that he had expanded too fast and failed to see warning signs, but he shared few details about his handling of FTX customers' funds. How convenient, and shame on the New York Times, because they make zero mention in this article of any of the campaign donations. They make zero articles of the ties to the World Economic Forum, and they don't make any connections to FTX's connection to Gary Gensler and their cozy relationship with the SEC, which frankly, guys, is very disturbing. Very disturbing. Check this out, guys. CNBC article. Washington lobbyists sever ties with FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried after crypto exchange implodes. Former FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried and his allies are losing advocates in Washington. Lobbyists who work for FTX and Guardian Against Pandemics, a nonprofit partially funded by Bankman-Fried and run by his brother, told CNBC they have severed ties. So it looks like all of his connections in Washington, the SEC, they're severing ties, and it's looking like they're going to make Sam Bankman-Fried be the fall guy, but he's currently not even in the country. So will this guy serve any time for his crimes? Will he be arrested? Will he face trial? Again, guys, think of the implications. Will the second largest donor to the Joe Biden administration be put in jail? If you want to know if we are a country based on law and the rights of the Constitution and of freedom and are just, if there's justice in this country, if he's not arrested and nothing happens, guys, there is no justice. This is unreal. This is unreal that this is happening, guys. And I don't care if the dude donated to Trump. I don't care if he donated to Ron DeSantis. He needs to be in jail. It's disgusting. Let's get to some good news. Elon Musk, again, talking about all this FTX drama, and he said Bitcoin will make it, Dogecoin to the moon, and amid the crypto winter and chaos around a bankrupt crypto exchange FTX, Elon Musk believes there's a future in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin. So, Elon's been kind of a back and forth character with crypto. 1 week he's the good guy, 1 week he's the bad guy. Again, guys, I don't play too much in what Elon says, but at the end of the day, he is an influential person. He does now on Twitter, so I got to cover what he says. But again, guys, my stance on crypto and what I'm doing with my crypto bag, as always, not financial advice, guys. I haven't wavered. I'm still constantly buying. This situation disturbed me, and frankly, I'm disappointed that I let all y'all down, that I wasn't able to catch this, and I did not expose the ties to the WEF. Now, I have covered, the disturbing details of the World Economic Forum on this channel extensively, but the ties to FTX, it's terrible, guys. So check this out, guys. The Wolf of Wall Street's tweeted this. I'm so glad that Gary Gensler and the SEC retroactively protected consumers by punishing Kim Kardashian for an Instagram story while actively working with FTX to give the criminal enterprise a monopoly in the U.S. I feel safe. How about you? Now, let's go back to this Gabe Bankman-Fried guy. Check this out, guys. This is from againstpandemics.org. Gabe Bankman-Fried is the founder and director of Guardian Against Pandemics. Prior to that, he was a staffer of Capitol Hill and worked for Civics Analytics, where he improved private house forecasting and resource allocation models that advised Democrat political action committees and large donors given hundreds of millions of dollars in 2018 midterm elections. So this is Sam Bankman-Fried's brother, I believe. This is what's disturbing to people. And guys, this is so much bigger than Democrat versus Republican. This is so much bigger than a party affiliation. These are financial criminals. These are financial criminals who seem to be above the law, and seems to be that they're able to donate their way out of any investigation, out of any journalism, out of any scrutiny by the mainstream media whatsoever. It's disturbing, y'all. And you should be outraged, guys. We need to share these stories. We need to get loud. We need to make our voices heard, y'all. Check out this blog article. Sam Bankman-Fried tells the New York Times that he could be worse. Former FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried told the New York Times they had numerous regrets over the collapse of the company. Sam Bankman-Fried said he's been getting sleep and playing video games. Disgusting. Now, for some good news, guys, I'm going to end this episode some good news, guys. JP Morgan identifies centralized players as root cause of recent crypto collapse. Absolutely correct. And guys, this block article, MicroStrategy could raise up to $500 million to buy the Bitcoin dip. A new filing shows MicroStrategy could sell up to $500 million in Class A common stock and could buy more Bitcoin. So let's talk about these last two articles, guys. So JP Morgan's telling you what we've been saying on this channel. Guys, this isn't an indictment on crypto. This is literally financial criminals through a centralized entity that try to create a de facto crypto monopoly through the use of government regulation and through the use of the SEC and political donations. They were buying all these funds. They were trying to essentially create a monopoly on crypto. That's what it looks like they were doing, and the plan got foiled. Now, was the plan foiled on purpose? Was it meant to self-detonate? I don't know, guys. That I do not know. I'll let you guys, let me know in the comments what you think about that. And also, too, guys, Michael Saylor, CEO of MicroStrategy, is talking about buying more Bitcoin, which is interesting because at the current Bitcoin price, I believe that MicroStrategy's liquidation point was, Bitcoin doesn't have to go too much lower, and his holding could get liquidated. So I'm assuming he's buying a dip to get his average cost down to lower his liquidation point. That is just speculation on my part. But we'll continue to cover that. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you made this far in the video, drop me a 100 emoji in the comments. Anyway, y'all, I'm Classic Kev. I'm out. Peace.